Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition with Derek Schooley. It is the RMU Hockey Coaches Show. Tim Benz and Mike Pursuta, your broadcast team for RMU Hockey on Flow Hockey and Sportsnet Pittsburgh, along with Derek Schooley, head coach of the RMU Hockey team. Still alive and kicking after a win against Air Force in a best-of-3 series in a quarterfinal round against the Falcons. Now they move on to the semifinals against Sacred Heart. The Colonials are back in the Atlantic Hockey Final Four. Derek, it was a hard fought series against Air Force, every bit the way that you described as we pontificated it would be. What was the biggest key to why you think you guys were able to come back after losing the double overtime game in game one to sustain some momentum after a game two victory and win in three?
Well, that's a tough question because I think that was a street fight. That was a battle. That was every ounce of energy you could ask for on a hockey player, hockey team could give both ways. And what was the difference? I think there were a lot of different things. We played with so much energy in the second game to where we were outstanding and got up to a 4-0 lead. The next game, we scored goals. We scored on our opportunities. We were opportunistic. We bent a lot, but we didn't break. And our goaltender was very good. And special teams were good when it mattered. And I think that's a big key this time of year. We got a goal right after a power play ended. They just took one step out of the box, and our penalty kill was outstanding, and we found a way to get the job done. It was a little scary. We made it a little bit harder than it was in the third period, but I always say the hardest thing to do is end somebody's season, and it was a challenge.
Derek, you guys are 10-4-1 in your last 15. Did your players become better individually, or did you become more of a team collectively?
I think we always had the belief that we were good. We just weren't finding ways to win hockey games, and I think one of the things that we've started doing is finding ways to win games and finding different ways at different times. And different guys step up in different scenarios throughout the course of a streak like that. And different guys contribute at different times. We got first goal from Max Wattville, a first goal from Dario Belgio in the year. And people just stepped up. And, here we are. We're continuing to advance. But everybody's pumping our tires. It's not the Final Four of old where you're going and playing a one-game knockout. We still have a series. We've got 3 wins to go. I don't think it's anybody's goal just to win a quarterfinal round. I think it's to win the whole thing, and we're 3 wins away from going back to the NCAA tournament.
It's not anybody's goal, but it is an Atlantic Hockey Final Four, and that used to be the signature of your program when you guys were at the height of your powers back before COVID hit and the program was discontinued. Does it feel a little more significant than just winning a playoff series in that regard?
Well, I mean, it's always nice to win a series and continue to advance. We hadn't won a quarterfinal series. We had won a first-round game, but lost in the quarterfinals to RIT. One of the nice things about it was we earned a bye. We earned home ice. We earned a series. We didn't earn a one-game knockout, or we would have been going home after the quarterfinals. So I really think that we did what we got is what we deserved. The top 4 seeds advanced. Every round in college hockey that was played last week, whether it was a one-game knockout, whether it was a series, whatever, the top teams all advanced. And, I think that's one of the things that we could take out of this is we're still playing hockey. We earned practice on Tuesday, and that's what we want to do going into the next week is just to continue earning the ability to practice and be prepared for the next weekend.
Derek, your goaltender, Charlie Schenkel, was quite good for you all year. He was outstanding in game 3, a school record 60 saves in that victory against the Falcons. He also had 48 saves, a lot of them to keep you in it, so there was enough time for Tanner Klimke to eventually tie the game, get it to double overtime before you eventually succumb to Air Force in game 1. But what, if anything, did you see specifically from Charlie over this weekend that may indicate an elevated performance from him in the postseason?
Well, I think the shots were a little inflated on Sunday. Obviously hats off to him for making 60 saves. All the reports that we got say it was more like 50, but you don't want to take anything away from the performance that he had. He mixed in some big time saves, but pucks were just hitting him and sticking to him. There wasn't a lot of rebounds. There was a lot of one and dones on shots, and we did a good job blocking shots as well. And I think those are the things that show your team's really bought in, is the ability to block shots, kill penalties, and do whatever you can to make sure that you get the win.
Derek, looking ahead to Sacred Heart, you played Sacred Heart kind of right before you started to transform the team, and the team started to have consistent success down the stretch. What do you remember from that series? And will Sacred Heart be getting maybe a different Robert Morse team than it thinks it's going to get?
Well, we were playing pretty well. It's just we weren't finding ways to win. And we were pretty good there and gave up a couple late ones in the period and ended up falling in that game. But we were really good at home. I think the scoring chances were something astronomical for us and not that many for them. But they found a way to be opportunistic and score, and their goaltending is very good. They've got two really good goaltenders. But I think we got a different belief than we had then. I think right now, I think we're playing with a lot of passion, a lot of heart. And we're doing, like I said, all the little things that you need to be successful come this time of year. I talked to our guys in January, right after the Sacred Heart series, and asked if we were playing playoff hockey. And the resounding answer was no. But there were some people that say we were getting there. And I asked them as we moved into February, are we playing playoff hockey? And the resounding answer was yes. So I think we've been playing playoff hockey ever since we saw them last. We got points in every series. We've got wins in every series. I mean, not wins in every series. We got an overtime loss in the first series at RIT, but played really well. But then we started getting wins in every series, and or finding ways to get multiple points. And I think that was the key that propelled us to finish in third place. And like I said, we earned the series at home. We earned the ability to play a game 3 in our building, and our guys should be really proud of what they've done in the past. Now it's looking forward, and this is going to be a big challenge. We haven't beat Sacred Heart since we've been back as a program. That's a good team. They've got really good offensive skill. They've got good goaltending. They have good defense, and they've been on a little bit of a streak. We talked about being the best team in the league since January 9th. Well, they're just on a little bit of a streak right now where seeing we lost one last week and they swept. Now they've got a better winning percentage than us of points taken since January 9th. So it just shows you're getting two of the hotter teams in the league. And teams that keep playing right now are usually the hottest teams in the league. So to be the best, you got to beat the best. And we got to go do it this year or this week and continue to earn practicing on Tuesday.
You're actually 11-4-1 in your last 16. I had the number wrong a minute ago. What's the next step? There's an old saying in hockey, or belief in hockey, to win any kind of championship, you have to continue to get better as the season progresses. What meat are you still leaving on the bone that you think you might be able to glean against Sacred Heart?
Well, I mean, we've got to recover. That's the biggest thing that we've got to do. That series took a lot out of us. The bumps, the bruises, the physicality, just playing 5 periods on Friday night and then having to play 3 and 3. I mean, we played we played 10 and a half periods of hockey over 3 days. Sacred Heart played 6. And we've got to recover. We've got to make sure we're prepared. We've got to make sure we're ready to go when we get up there and get off to a great start like we did in the previous 2 games against the Air Force. We didn't chase the game on Friday, Saturday. We always played with the lead. And when you're always playing with the lead, that makes you successful. So what do we have to do? Obviously, it's a semifinal round. You got to elevate. You got to continue to elevate your play. But, getting out to a great start, because you're not always going to score 2 goals in the last 6 minutes to force overtime like we did on Friday night. And I think that's pretty much the key, is to try to get off to a good start, continue to play good. We're going to have some some people in the lineup that didn't play in the series, and that's playoff hockey at this time. So everybody's got to recover. Everybody's got to be ready to go, and everybody's new people got to step up.
Wanted to ask you, Derek, about the productivity you've gotten from your blue line over the last couple of weekends. I'm just thinking off the top of my head here, guys who have tallied goals from your defense core: Van Wy, Babcock, Elliott. You mentioned Max Wattville even getting his first of the year. How much has that helped you in that regard to be able to lean into what you've gotten from the blue line to offset maybe some of the goal-scoring challenges that tend to present themselves this time of year when everybody's playing so tight?
Well, like I said, you got to get scoring from everybody. And Michael Craig coming back really helped us on the blue line, and different people playing in different scenarios. Ryan Taylor had a big goal for us. So I think guys just getting production from the top and the bottom of your lineup, I think really help. And I think we're getting there. And I like where we're at. We're going to have, like I said, some new guys with the opportunity to step up, and that's why they call it a team. And that's why you have to have depth. And to go from there, it's, like I said, continue to survive and advance.
Who got the wig, and what was the reaction like post game after you guys survived Air Force?
Well, we got the wig, and the wig is kind of the hard hat award, the unsung hero, and then there's the coat that's for the MVP of the game. And it was two.
Schenkel
really
got the coat, right?
Yeah, Schenkel got the coat, and Felsen got the wig. Two big time goals by Michael. Pittsburgh kid playing playoffs in his rink that he grew up playing. Really, the third goal, Julian Beaumont made a block at the other end and a really good execution on a 3-on-2 rush, and Felsen tapped in backdoor. But the third goal was pure skill. We were leaking oil at that time. We were holding on. They were throwing everything but the kitchen sink at us, to use a cliche. And Michael came down and made a great play with a fake slap shot, walked around him, and kind of went from there. I watched a little bit of Bull Durham the other night, so I worked on my cliches a little bit.
They are your friends.
We're just here to help the ball club win, God willing. We're here for another day, all that kind of good stuff.
Well, Derek, best of luck out there against Sacred Heart, and hopefully things continue for you. It's been a real nice stretch to see you guys get this far in the postseason, to finish as high as you did in the regular season. Of course, there is one scenario out there where you could come back here that would require you beating Sacred Heart and Bentley losing, of course, to Holy Cross. But wherever you play for what would be a one-game knockout for the final, I'm sure you want to be there and be in it. But best of luck against the Pioneers to keep this thing going.
No, it's been exciting. Our guys deserve all the credit. Like I said, everybody's contributed, from the coaches to video coach. We won 2 challenges on Sunday. Just a complete team effort. Our broadcasters are great. Everybody's done an outstanding job in getting us to where we are right now. But we don't feel like we're done. We're ready to continue to play hockey, and winning is like so much better than losing.
Okay, Nuke, go get him.
Go get him, Nuke. We'll talk to you hopefully in advance of a playoff one-game shot to get to the NCAAs, either at RMU or up at Bentley, one way or the other. Best of luck, Derek.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Derek, when you get up there to Sacred Heart, announce your presence with authority.
Candlesticks would make for a nice gift for your broadcasters, too.